Well, hello, and thanks for coming back to the channel. What I'm going to do today is give you guys an idea of what's going on with the rents here in Patong. Over the last 6 months, we've had a lot of tourists come in. There's been a lot of changes in the price of rent. No matter where you are in Thailand or in Asia, even in the States, you can find good deals, but you have to look for them. I'm at the top, the rooftop of the Unity apartments here in town, and I'll flip the camera around so you can see. And it's known for this amazing pool and great vistas overlooking Patong Bay. All right, so that is Patong Bay. We're going to talk about rents today. So I'm standing here on the rooftop deck with my friend Gary, but before I start asking him about his rent, let's give you an idea of the layout of the town. So we're at the north end of town. That would be South Beach at the far end, which I was there a year ago. I'll tell you about that place. But then along the beach, along here, you have Beach Road. Makes sense. We'll call that number one. And then you have Second Road, which comes along here. And then you have over in this direction, Soi Nanai, all the way up on the foothills. And Third Road is somewhere squeezed in there, and I'll explain that to you as well. So we've seen some migrations of traffic, and a year ago, all along Beach Road is mostly hotels. You'll find a couple apartments in there, but between first and second, you're dealing primarily with hotel rental type of units. You don't see too many apartments in there. I know that during the pandemic, there was a period of time when some of the hotel rooms were rented out at a discount for a monthly basis. I was fortunate enough to get one at the south end of town for about $500 per month. That's about 20,000 baht. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll take a look at Second Road, which is down here. All right, so of course, if you know Bangalore Road, you have Bangalore Road. It brings together the Beach Road plus the Second Road area. So in between Second Road and Third Road, you have a big mix of both hotels and apartments. Any of these could be rented for between, say, 7,000 per month and 50,000 per month, for instance, depending on the location and the type of unit that you're renting. So in this area, it's an interesting area, especially down along here on the north end of town. You have a great combination of locals that live here, as well as vacationers and expats. So a lot of the people that work on Bangalore Road will live in this area of town. And with that, I'm going to go ask Gary a couple questions about rent here in the Unity, and we'll see what's going on for that. So I'm here with Gary. I'm going to ask Gary a couple questions for him. Gary, how much are you paying for rent?
I pay 25,000 baht, which is about $750, $760 US a month.
And you've been here for what, just about a year?
Yeah, exactly 1 year, the first part of April.
And you've had a lease, right? And
I did.
Okay, and your landlord honored the lease the entire time?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to rent an apartment for long term, you get the best rates if you come in low season and then sign the lease for 1 year. You get your best rates.
Okay. So there's some landlords out there that have done a money grab where they violated the lease or broke the lease to jack up rates. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, let's talk about the apartment underneath you, because this is one of the reasons why they might be doing that. How much is that rent currently? Same apartment, but underneath you.
Yeah, that one is going for about 40,000 baht, which is somewhere around 1,300 US dollars a month.
And what was it last year?
Around 800.
Okay.
So more than
about 20,000, 25.
Yeah, more than a 50% increase, 60% increase.
Okay. So that's interesting, because that's exactly what happened here in Patong. I'll talk more about that when we get up to the next location. And thanks, Gary. And to give you an idea where that's going to be, we're going to go look at this unit up on this hill. Some really interesting places up there. We're going to try to be in those buildings, and we'll explain to you why rents can only go high for a certain period of time, and then they have to drift back down. So with that, I'll see you at that other unit. And I won't make it there today, but we'll try it when the sun's out. Okay, thanks. We'll see you up there. Pretty big. Oh, maybe it's on the coat. Okay, so here we are up on top of the hill. Now I was pointing out before the Unity, which is down in that area. That's where I was with Gary before. So now, just to put you back into perspective, we have Third Road, which is off behind this street going over the hill, and Soyden and I out this side. And then one of the reasons why you can find a good opportunity up here is this place is 3-bedroom, 3-bath, and it's about 24,000 baht per month. And the landlord's a great guy. He never raised the rent. So that's good. Now, one of the things that you have to deal with on this is a standalone condo unit, but you have to deal with neighbors that have not completed construction. But one of the advantages to this, and you see this all over the foothills of Patong, is a lot of developers have great ideas that they're going to build something, and then the project just never gets completed. There's about 7 or 8 all along the foothills over here that, if I had time, I could show you. But just to give you an idea, that's potential rentals coming up in the future. So that's one reason why it's very difficult to permanently raise the rents, because as people come in, it gets busy, and then they go home, it gets slow again, especially in the summertime. So then the rates, generally speaking, drop to roughly 50% of what they would get during the high season. So from here, we're going to drive out to a unit that's on the other side, the south side of town, and we'll take a look at that just from a outdoor perspective of it to show you some of the things that you should look at when you're renting. Take a look at your neighborhood, all right? Because you never know if there's sidewalks, if there's ease of access to transportation. If you have kids, you definitely want to be closer to the center of town than out in the outskirts, unless you know how to ride a motorcycle or have easy access to a tuk-tuk. All right, with that, we'll see you on the motorcycle. It's about 1 o'clock. Give an extra hand signal if you can do it. Someone behind you will run into. Okay.
Okay.
So, try to make a right turn here. It's really dangerous. The second road up above, it's better to go to Patong up the road. You have to be extremely careful pulling out and pulling in. So this is the main entrance here. It's probably Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All right, so this is tricky. With traffic coming from the top, and a blind floating down there, but it's better to go on this exit than the other. Especially if you have